Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you have pressed play, then obviously you're a comic book fan. Today we're going to cover a character I only know so much about is KAZAR. And he's been around in the Marvel Universe for a long time. And his first real appearance within the modern Marvel world was X-Men number 10. But prior to that, KAZAR has been around much longer than that. There is issues that go farther back than that, but it was almost like a DC thing where that was Golden Age KAZAR, but now Silver Age KAZAR is now with X-Men. I only have a few examples of KAZAR, for example, and I'm not even sure what volumes they are. I would think this is number 2, and this would be volume number 3. But KAZAR is one of those characters that Marvel just keeps trying to revamp, and it mixes between worlds. So he's not only in our world dealing with X-Men, but he's also in his little world in some kind of like hidden jungle in the Antarctic continent, and it's become known as the Savage Land. So they're definitely playing on that kind of part. So I'm going to tell you what I know about it, and we're going to flip through the covers that I do have while I give you the best history that I can at this time. So his name with KAZAR, his real name would be Kevin Plunder. And he is very similar of like a Tarzan, and Joe Kubert is kind of the one who kind of wrote this caveman kind of character, and it kind of resembles another character that they also had in comics of Tor. And this guy, created by Stanley and Jack Kirby in X-Men number 10, he lives in a dinosaur-populated savage land, which was hidden beneath Antarctica by extraterrestrials. So they have like the big ice caps right now, and they're trying to dig up the big lake and stuff. So it's actually pretty interesting. So originally written as a primitive in a belligerent savage who spoke in broken English, KAZAR later became more articulate and civilized, although he retained a certain degree of distrust towards civilization and was generally wary of outside visitors to the Savage Land. Because the Savage Land is where all the story is basically based, unless he comes into our world or whatever. So Kevin Plunder refers to himself as the Lord of the Savage Land, a phrase others have adopted, but this is not a formal title that he has. And he has been reincarnated over and over again. Originally, when Marvel grabbed a hold of him, it was like around 1970. I can't actually recall what month it would have been, but that definitely was when he made the comic book scene in this new incarnation. And he is part of a tribe of a barbaric, like man apes, cavemen, and they attacked one of the lord of this tribe, and they attacked the son, which is this guy Kevin, and they were driven off by Zabu, the last survivor of a species of saber-toothed tigers, because that's his buddy right there. Boom. And then the man apes had hunted to near extinction. Immediately forming an empathic bond, Zabu took Kevin to the land of mists, a region where the man-apes refused to set foot. The encounter soon passed into the man-apes legends, and young Kevin was given the name KAZAR, which means the son of Tiger. Young Kevin had been banished most of his memories of his childhood as a pampered son of nobility, and came to think and act like a savage. KAZAR grew up in the land of mist alongside Zabu, who taught him how to survive in the savage land. So the first KAZAR, and this is where we start getting into like the golden age, David Rand, was first published back in pulp fiction magazines, and it was making him actually one of the first Marvel characters. And now within the golden age, that was the golden age KAZAR. And he was created by Bob Bird, who wrote the KAZAR pulp fiction novels at that time. So it was adopted from Bob Bird's stories into, which is now Marvel Comics #1, and that became KAZAR #1. So that was way back, even before the war. So 1936, maybe. So he's been around a long time, and he's seen a lot of changes and a huge evolution within the comic series, like his comic life. So when the original X-Men discovered the Savage Land, KAZAR encountered them and helped them in battling Magor. He also had the chance to meet Daredevil and fight his brother, the Plunderer. Together with the Hulk, which he met for the first time, they had fought Umbu the Unliving. And as Jonah Jameson also fooled him that Spider-Man was a villain who once worked with Dr. Octopus. He fought Spidey, whose memories are erased, and as his memories are restored, KAZAR apologized for his mistakes. After the discovery of the X-Men to the Savage Land, the aforementioned Spot was then known to outsiders. He also fell in love with Mockingbird, and as she visits the place, he also fought AIM and the Man-Thing, another being called Gog, also appeared in his territory. Because of this, he teamed up with Spider-Man and fought him. He also fought Claw, which had been in different dimensions. He then met Shanna, who became his love interest as Magneto's Savage Land mutates, also attempts to ruin the peace of Savage Land. He had to team up with the X-Men and fight Garrock and Zaladane. So, overall, KAZAR is teamed up with dozens of heroes, and over his lifespan in comic books, and the Savage Land has actually became a part of Pangea, and his brother, which was killed, has turned up. One day, Kevin came upon an adventurer who became lost in a jungle. Her name was Shanna O'Hara, later known as Shanna the She-Devil. KAZAR and Shanna became romantically involved and eventually married. They would have a son and named him Matthew. He technically doesn't have any superpowers, but he has peak human physical conditioning and is skilled in hunting, tracking, trapping, fishing, swimming, and survival skills. So there you go. That's KAZAR in a nutshell in 10 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or if you know more to add to it, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.